Welcome to D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. Join us in our campaign and shenanigans as we explore the subterranean labyrinths, plunder hordes of treasure, battle legendary monsters. This podcast will be following our gaming group and the adventures of these characters, as well as a few guests from time to time. Join us as we start a new campaign and our journey to experience the best, and maybe the worst, in the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, assigned to Ragnarok's story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Welcome back to Goblins of Conquest.
So we left off. The two of you, with the goblins' help, get to the top of the stairs. And immediately as you guys see the goblins, and you're walking up, and right behind the goblins by about a good, 20 feet? Mm-hmm. Out of that corner right there materializes this dark, gaseous humanoid form with long, predominant elf ears, and nothing from the waist down except for wafting smoke that's coming out of the wall. And you clearly, both of you see this. They don't see this because they're helping you guys. And there's some splashing from your cleric under the water stuff coming out. Just want to let you guys know that. Did you want to scream to panic and roll initiative now? Or just continue in the same order for one more round?
Same order?
Okay.
Don't panic. Are we safe?
Don't look now.
What's that?
He can hear you, Ray.
Are we relatively safe where we're at now?
Well, except for the horrible wraith-like undead thing that came through the wall.
Did he just take a goblin and
turn that goblin's head around?
Yeah.
So everybody go ahead and roll initiative. This is good because we'll find out when the cleric comes out of the water.
At least it's better?
Better.
Better question mark.
Okay, so what is Giggle's?
16.
16, that's a good roll.
You can have this back.
What did it give you?
I have +2 initiative. I have 3.
What does our wizard have?
16.
See, he's on the ball. And our ranger?
11.
And our cleric?
11.
Wow, you guys rolled like powerhouses for the most part. So between our wizard and Giggle Snort, he's got the bag of stacks.
Yeah, you got hard there.
He's a wizard. It's kind of a funny joke, but between our ranger and our cleric,
How do you use things?
I love ties. Okay, so Giggle Snort, as your paladin friend grabs your head and turns it around, and you see this wafty, wraith-like shadow creature stepping out of the brick. It's clearly elven with this weird.
Do I have time to draw and shoot? Or to ready my weapon?
I'll give it to you.
Alright. Then I do that.
So you're shooting your arrow at it?
I am.
Okay.
Okay. It's what
Bag of
is that?
chips. No, it landed definitively on the two.
No,
The bag of
you're
chips.
fine. That's an 8.
And she panic fires real quick, and the arrow just kind of hits the floor, then hits the wall, and hits the floor, and hits the wall. And it ping pongs like a bowling ball down the gutter, down the hallway.
Wow. We are a bunch of aces. Right now.
Ace holes? Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
So speaking of the trash talk from the wizard, it's the wizard's
Right.
turn.
Here he comes to make us all look cool.
That's what I do. I provide you with a lot of intelligence.
Though he'd really like to get past you guys off those stairs.
I think it's not like he can't step over us.
Diego!
Oh, hell.
Oh, he's standing up at the table.
Oh no, this isn't a LARP.
Dang.
It's time for me to break into a soliloquy like a vampire.
He's busted into full bard.
I once had...
Yeah, once with a
As I'm stepping forward, I start speaking in this guttural shadow language. As I hitch with one hand, I put my staff into the back plate that holds it.
Okay, Casey Jones.
I'm just much better looking. And the other hand appears to come out of the sinister shadows, a black blade. And I'm going to step forward.
Just within bugbear reach. Oh, you're going adjacent to it.
Oh,
I was gonna say don't forget you got bugbear reach.
That's true. That's true.
Make him step forward at least. So what kind of damage does your evil dark blade do?
2d8 psychic.
Psychic.
Would this be considered surprise since I'm attacking first?
No, he clearly saw you coming out of the water.
My arrow gave it away.
Yeah.
Shot an arrow into the air.
13 to hit.
13, believe it or not, your 13 is sufficient to hit this rat-like piece of floating smoke that's not moving.
So that is 15 points of damage.
15 psychic, no less.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Psychic is good. Psychic is your friend. And the elf is not happy when your attack hits it and actually does some damage to it.
Right?
Okay, so that brings us to our ranger's turn.
I will, since it's still an hour since that last, it's still well within an hour since that last fight.
Yep.
I will use my bonus action to pop my hunter's mark onto him now,
Okay.
and then fire my bow at him.
Okay.
I'm going to use just a regular arrow.
Okay.
That way. I shoot wide.
You
A
also
10.
ping one down. So basically you hit the ceiling and arrow goes skittering down there.
Because the hubris of rolling my damage with the attack roll.
Your
I rolled a
humor
2.
was penalized. You good with where you're standing? You want to move anywhere? Because you have lots of areas to move in there. For such a confined choke point, it's got lots of maneuver options.
I will actually kind of.
Okay, so you're gonna head forward into the little hallway area.
Yeah, the corner there.
Okay, so that brings us to our cleric's turn. Go ahead and give me an athletics roll for you swimming.
Oh boy. Oh, 4.
As the currents have picked up and you're fighting the currents, and you guys are all like looking back kind of worried because they're just glowing on the water, and you're like, she should have been up by now. No panic bubbles like Giggle Snort, but she should have been here by now. As you got kind of like disoriented and the churning upness. Probably because you keep looking back at your zombie that's just like.
Well, the spiritual weapon, by the way,
'Cause
is
he's
gone by now.
Right?
That's okay. I'm thinking you won't drown.
Okay, so immediately the wraith is going to go after our bugbear there. So somebody move me there. That's a good one. I like that square. That's a good square. Makes it hard to flank him. And this dead elf wraith is going to reach its hand out at you. Well, shit. Will a 12 hit your AC?
12 will not.
I gotta retire this dice. Roll much better with
sounds
this
good.
dice. As it kind of wraithily reaches its hand out for you, you're just like blocking with your black blade of psychic damage. damage. That seems to be corporeal to it. It hits that blade and it stops its hand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it is going to step forward 5 more feet.
Okay.
No, in his square.
Ooh.
Into my square?
As it, it struck at you and missed, and it's fading right into you. Like it's going past you, but it's stopping.
I don't think that's good.
Possession?
Nope, it's incorporeal movement. Can move through other creatures and objects as if they were difficult terrain.
He is difficult.
Can I step away from him?
Go ahead and move him. Where do I not want flanks get played?
Kind of running the little corner.
Yeah, and move him diagonal, so it's not flanked between you guys, but just diagonally shot.
There?
Yep, as it like moves through you, which is scary as shit. As you just feel coldness, no damage, but you feel the coldness of the grave. Okay, because I want to put him in a place that the paladin won't get flanking, because he was a warrior in life after all. Okay, so that's his turn. So that brings us to our paladin.
And then I have my full movement.
You have your full movement.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Yeah.
Or, no, wrong figure.
Wrong figure.
I'm trying to get her out of the water.
So the paladin is running there all bare-chested and unarmored.
It's very appropriate because he's got
Whoa.
his fist open.
Dave Hasselhoff, come on, man.
I told you we get the Baywatch reference here. As his hobgoblin chest is the perfect physique. As all of a sudden I think our paladin just remembered his AC is not as amazing right now.
He's just furry like a Yeti.
You've got your weapon out, but your shield's still on your back, and your armor in your sack.
I am going to
What are you gonna do?
Divine Smite.
Okay. Now, how does that work?
I
Do you need a player's handbook? Because if you need a player's handbook, I need a restroom run.
I can spend a spell slot for.
Now remember, you don't have to pick now. You can roll to see if you hit first.
Okay.
That's the nice thing with the smite is you actually,
He's
if you
committing
hit,
to
you can
the
choose to
right,
burn a
and
spell slot.
Okay, so
That way you're not wasting it if you missed.
15, 21.
21 will hit.
But I do have advantage to see if I get a 20 out of it.
Okay.
Nope.
He's trying. I mean, you had a couple natural ones, so 20s are bound to come up again.
Well,
I
that
did have
was
2 immediately before it.
yeah.
It took a disadvantage dex roll to humble him for that natural 20. Okay? So you plunge your sword into it and immediately focus your divine power into it for a divine smite.
Yep. And it is undead?
It is, in fact, undead. You need some d6s. I have some ones that roll really crappy over here. Or is it d8s?
It's 8.
I mean, this is really what Paladin does.
26?
Snacky. As all of a sudden he plunges his sword into this thing, and you just see its eye holes glow with unholy paladin of darkness light.
I think you found its backside.
Here is ready to.
Oh, it's still alive,
Oh.
but it's like shrunk from this attack. It's going to be turning around and hitting him next turn, trust me. Let's hope it does, because then it gets some life back.
It's like a gospel song or something. You give him the light.
So, top of the order, we have Giggle Snort.
I'm gonna not panic this time and shoot it.
Okay, you have friends adjacent, no less.
Ooh, fancy.
Which means that you get sneak attack, right?
20. 20 will hit.
You can. She have advantage?
Check for a natural 20.
One point higher. It hits all the more harder. More harder, so
More harders,
You
more
hurt
better.
my head.
As your mundane arrow
14.
goes flying out with amazing accuracy into what vital organs this thing would have had. So, 14 points, you say?
Yeah.
I write down 7. But it was a really good shot. Okay, so that brings us to our wizard.
Pretty good for not having any magical things.
Yeah.
Right?
Says the girl in her magic boots. That have made her not have to worry about dex saves at all.
I mean, can I kick it in the face with my boots and does that count as magical damage? 'Cause
Maybe. It sucks that in D&D melee sucks for damage, but
I don't think an 11 is going to hit it.
you waft your dark blade, and you know what it is? You're thrown off by that smite magic shooting in your
Yeah.
face because he is, flanking with the ranger there, and you're just like, hey! And you miss horribly.
That's,
Any bonus actions you looking to do?
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
I'm a sympathetic yawner.
no, I'm good where I'm at.
Okay.
What's the chainmail bonus?
AC for chainmail.
Can you do
Basically, right now you just have 10 plus your dex modifier without your chainmail and shield. So your AC is currently a 14. Okay, so that brings us to our ranger, who's now adjacent to the shadowy creature.
Swap.
You drop your bow
drop
and
my
pull
bow.
out your blade.
Pull my blade. I focus my planar warrior skills upon it now too.
So
It's
your
already
attack
Hunter's
is
mark.
Force and magic.
It's 100
You're
mark
sure.
as well.
And you have advantage because
Yeah.
you're flanking.
So that would be a 22 to hit.
What hits? Your
Um,
blades will
It,
kill.
it does, 10, 11, 15 force damage.
15 force damage. I have to do math. This might be close. It will hit. It won't kill. Let's put it this way. I had to do the math. It was that close.
One of them was a 1, unfortunately.
One betrayed you as you stab at it, and you're like, shreds of this thing are coming off. As that brings us to our poor cleric, who only needed one successful athletics roll to come out of the water while all of you were doing this.
Fuck you!
You should have waited till I stopped talking so I didn't jinx the roll. I mean, at least I didn't say one as you guys see the panic bubbles and somebody's got to dive in the water. As you're having this spelunking panic
You're
moment
going in
because
here.
your light is reflecting off everything, and you're just kind of like panicked because how many death priests go swimming in dank, dark water?
Obviously, you need one of those bags, like Laura.
What it is these jamokes stirred up so much sediment down there that it's all cloudiness. There's that little waft
The
of
cleric
bugbear.
is in no way the victim right now. Don't even try.
You can't tell, but I got that single tear going down my face.
It goes.
Oh, we can see it. You cry black tears, right?
As immediately the shadow wraith is going to turn around at the paladin who just lit its shit up with divine magic. That was special anti-undead shit.
And it's gonna scream at you.
And it's going to go for its life-threatening attack on you because you know what? I might be able to actually hit you right now. I was so hoping for a natural 20, but that was one shot. Well, a 25 hits you.
That would do it.
Okay. Holy fuck. Let me see some of those D8s over there that I gave you.
I only have one.
Oh, that'll do. I can do multiple.
Here, I've got 17.
What are you trying to help?
I cursed them.
Ooh, 25 points of damage. As its cold, icy,
He's never
life-draining
gonna take his
hand
armor off
hits
ever
you.
again. He's like, I'll drown. It's so
And
good.
give me a Constitution save as its hand just touches your chest, and you just have this dead mark.
17?
Okay, that'll make the con save, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay. So I'm sad it's not like you're reaching 0 hit points right now to come back as a wraith. It's cool as that. And it just looks at you with glee. You literally feel it pulling your divinity and life force out. That was pretty good. Got my money's worth by you taking off your armor. And
That's one way to put it. Don't let Jim take your armor off. It really hits you.
I'm relatively sure anywhere you go, you're free.
I have faith that when he screams after feeding off of you, and then he looks up, and he just kind of wafts straight towards the ceiling, or at least that's what he's trying to do, before the three of you get your attacks of opportunity.
I like it. Advantage because for us because
You two have advantage.
Okay.
Yep. Again.
Okay. I'm sure a 21 will hit.
Oh shit! Yes.
This one, this is not going to be force damage. I don't
It's
get,
just gonna be straight.
Oh wait.
attack.
Oh, actually, I rolled the wrong 2 dice. 11 piercing.
11 piercing.
Because I still have Hunter's Mark on him. So, but I just don't get my planar warrior force.
Okay. So since you were the first one to give me your damage, and you did just enough by 1 point, you all like stab your weapons into the sky as this thing's starting to like float through the ceiling. It was going to retreat into the ceiling.
I keep forgetting one of the things I keep meaning to do. Like I should have done on the earlier attack is I have my friggin' Fury of the Small.
Oh yeah.
I should have done that earlier. I was telling myself that out of game.
And immediately as it goes up and you just all 3 for 1 this poor thing, you Three Musketeer the shit out of it. And it like and it screams as its smoke hits the ceiling and just like disperses. You can tell distinctly it did not escape through the ceiling with its incorporealness, but you destroyed it and its remnants, its ectoplasm hits and a couple of drops land on you.
Take a step back.
As, you know, at that exact moment,
You got flying.
our paladin gets his turn. If there's anything special he wants to do. As you've got the most sickly looking hair right now in your chest that looks like you need to really take some beard oil to that.
I probably could have saved you. At this point, I could have done an extra 4 damage with my Fury of the Small.
I'm pretty.
Like from the first attack when I had force damage with it as well. I could have done an extra.
Really, at this point, I'm going to lay on hands.
Okay, so you almost put your hand right where the burn hand mark of cold deafness is. And then, of course, Giggle snorts giggling. And then our wizard is making some snide comment.
Thanks for taking one for the team.
And our ranger is looking around for loot. As our poor cleric is still underwater. Going to give us that athletic roll. It's going to be amazing.
Grab the rope.
I'm telling you, it's amazing.
No one's holding onto the other end.
The rope's just laying on the ground.
Yeah.
15.
I was
15. As all of a sudden, psha! Your little, you look around and they're off in the distance. Now there's this glow, and the whole hallway is lighting up now from her mace above the waterline.
And you can see that your undead skeleton is already waiting for you.
No, it's still way behind.
I was joking. It took so long to do skeleton.
Giggle
Nice
snorts.
of you to join us.
What I miss?
Yeah.
I mean,
right?
you've been pretty sick.
I just kept on the one. No, I just thought
You
it's like a
could
cleric would
probably
have been
help.
handy to have a second ago.
Right? I wonder what happened to our divine creature.
And pretty much that moment you've broken through the water.
Are you
Giggle
crying?
snort, you could pick up the rope.
Are those
You
teeth?
can hold on to the rope.
I will. Hold
Okay, Giggle Snort reaches down and you see that there's obviously a rope that's there that you can use to climb up. Would you like to use that rope to climb up?
Don't you trust me?
No.
But I have spider boots.
Intelligence or dumb stat?
Well, no, you've made it to the surface, so there's the stairs, but you know how precariously slippery those stairs are. You could use the rope to help get you up to take care of the disadvantage.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. So it's just a straight deck save. Give me a 12 or better, you know you wanna? See?
Yeah, but wait.
Uh-oh. 12. See? 12 or better? You Giggle Snort's got the rope. You're pulling yourself up, and these guys all look like they've been in combat, and you're just like, what?
Pretty much. Yeah, what you guys doing?
And pretty much at that moment, when you look at them and say, what? You hear this really ominous wailing sound from down the hallway. Sounds almost like the exploding wail you heard as it died going to the ceiling. Only a little more high-pitched female, maybe.
Dun, dun, dun.
So what are you guys doing? Is you're all together again, and you're looking down the ominous, scary hallway.
I go recover my rope first off.
Okay, you go. I'm sure Giggle Snort will hand you the rope. Cause she's cool like
I'm
that.
taking the rope.
It's
It's fine now.
It's shoved in
you have
her
two
bag.
ropes.
I have your rope.
Her already big bag is now.
That now has a 2 foot of rope dragging. So which way is the restroom? Because I wasn't kidding about that. Meaning the restroom part.
First door on the right.
It's with the torture device in there.
Oh,
The water fountain. What kind of rope is that? You go in there, you already have to pee really bad. Trickle. God damn it.
My daughter put that in there today.
Right.
Yeah, my daughter put that in there today. I came home and I was like, why does it sound like there's water running? I'm looking everywhere.
Right. Which faucet is broken?
Right.
Kids.
Kids, she's 24.
It's still a kid.
Well, yeah, to me.
Some kid at the store, clerk, one of the cashier people, was like, I'm 20, and I was like, oh, how cute. I don't feel like I'm as old as I am, but I mean, 20 was a while ago.
Yeah.
I feel as old as I am, or older, when my hip and back are having fits.
Tell me about it.
So dumb. I'm like the oldest 33-year-old ever.
I know. I mean, honestly, some of the stuff that comes across my desk at work, it's pretty sad. So.
Oh, what do you do?
I'm claims analyst.
Oh, right. I remember hearing that at some point. We've been gaming a while.
Yeah, I work with the transplant team, so.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that's a whole different.
Yeah.
You know, you really have to tinkle. That water thing is really a torture device.
You blame my daughter on that one.
It's a water fixture. It's good feng shui.
Yeah, it's just not really going with what we're going for in the bathroom, but.
Which is nerd chic.
You never know.
Well, she suggested today we get a ship in a bottle to go in there, and I was like, well, why not an airship in the bottle?
I like it.
See, I one of the water features I want to use is ship in a bottle
Uh-huh.
with a stand made of wood, but hollow the wood out, put a tube in it that pumps water into the bottle that pours out of the bottle that goes into the fountain, so it circulates that way. So it looks like the ship in the bottle.
Nerd.
You know you'd like it.
Whatever.
I forget the name.
Your nose is growing.
Disneyland Hotel has a tiki bar, like a. It's not Trader Joe's, like it's Trader something or other's bar at Disneyland Hotel. You know, like the whole thing, and like one of the things, like they actually have a painting of a sailing ship on the wall that will occasionally have a storm go on.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They have a lot of gimmicks in that bar.
Like the tiki room, you know.
My sister made sure I sat on one particular location because like a few of the bar stools are gimmicked where you sit on it, it slowly lowers.
That would be such a pain in the ass.
Literally.
Yeah.
It is a step down.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of gimmicks. Like they do a volcano, and like they'll actually give you cinnamon, like like a volcano thing. Like set it on fire, and you throw cinnamon on it, and it's part
poops and sparks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it's fun to throw herbs in fire. So
I mean, really, you're just throwing wood and fire.
it's just bark.
It
So-
smells good though.
So you all are back together. I'm assuming you cleared the
I
cleric
like how
into
you
what?
waited until Dave left.
I know. It's more of a surprise that way. As he comes in, I say, "Roll initiative."
Hello.
So you guys.
This is why I didn't want her in here.
Hi. Hello. Oh yeah.
Come on,
Sorry,
Andy.
he's calling
Hey,
me.
go.
Aw.
Go with Dad.
It's not his fault. It's people's. Oh, Doritos. The bag of Doritos that his dog treats.
Well, I gave all her treats away. I have to buy her more.
Aw.
Well, I said my sister moved out.
Uh-huh.
So.
Had to send some with her.
Well, her dog.
And of course, here comes the kitty cat.
Dude, I just fed you.
Yeah, but you
No,
just
no.
scared
Exactly.
the dog out.
Definitely not. Definitely.
So I
hasn't
could
been
be
yet.
out of the foods.
That was forever ago.
Oh,
That could have been at least 10 years ago in kitten years.
he's 15 years old. If he overeats, he pukes.
Well, I think every cat, if they overeat, they puke.
He's
Sadly,
extra
our
bad
friend's
though.
cat overate and puked, and our cats overate and puked while we were gone.
Oh.
'Cause we gave them tons of food while we were at convention and stuff.
Yeah.
Because also we'll trust Sandy to do it. She's like, I think I fed them. And I look at the food bags and say, this has not changed since I left.
The new food bag is not open.
Or the fact that Freya, who doesn't snap at food, will all of a sudden start snapping anytime you're putting food together. It's like, oh, you're hungry. You've bitten me enough to know that I'm made of meat. Well, that's one of her things. When she's an impatient shit, she likes to grab my feet to pull me down the hallway to let her to her bunnies. Because the bunny rabbits in their cage is her pets.
Oh, God.
Yeah, she basically will literally shepherd all of them in the cage. She will go and yip at each individual one to do head count.
Wow.
Of course, this is also my fault that when she was a little puppy, we had our backyard chained off, and that was when we had the bunny reckoning. We had construction done, so we had the bunnies in the pen outside, and we were on a con, and the bunnies escaped the pen, and they were free range for half an acre.
Oh, God.
It took me 2 hawks and cold season to rein down the population control, because all of a sudden, pop, bunnies coming out of the ground. Because of course that's what they do in nature. Mama buries them and plugs the hole.
Right.
But yeah, we even had bunnies outside of the yard, which is hard to explain to neighbors.
I have no clue.
It was the great bunny apocalypse. Because then we had those coyotes in the neighborhood even. And we're not out in the county. We're in Flowing Wells City. And coyotes came out of nowhere. Which was fun, because when our dog got out and she'd smell coyote poop, she'd run back in with her tail between her legs. Because she knew it was a dog, but not a kind of dog. She understood.
Right.
So, you guys all got together. You heard the horrible wail from down ahead. What are you going to do? Are you going to attempt a short or long rest? Swim back the way you came, leaving a convenient rope to help yourself swim back?
Oh, no, I ain't going back there.
Sally! Your zombie, by the way, still has not come up yet. That whole climbing the stairs thing is going to be a hell of a thing. -3 to dex save on disadvantage. He's probably going to destroy himself trying to climb those stairs. It'll be great. What are you guys going to do?
So it's not safe to take a long rest here.
You can
I mean,
try.
you have a door.
Oh, you do have a patch that you can rip off and slap
Oh, but
down.
if there are wraithy things, that's like,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna do.
We have a door. It's safe to go to sleep, everyone. Yeah. It's okay. Let the cleric stay at watch. She can turn dead. Would have been great like 5 rounds ago.
Right.
I had so many plans soon. I was like, if this thing ain't dead, I got some smackdown for you.
Well, we could probably swim back to the other side.
Go ahead. I just got out of the water.
I'm gonna check my spell book.
Okay, you whip out the spell book. You pull your flaps open and the water spritzes off, but the spell book looks like it just barely took any water damage. There's a little water damage on the corners, and The back 5 pages are wet that haven't been used yet, of course, because it's like a 50-page spell book. It does not seem damaged in the way that you're paranoid of damaging.
Yeah.
I'll only destroy it when I'm ready to destroy it.
He's got
Is it potentially resembling a character sheet?
Just before you go into the alchemist room, the spellbook bursts into flames. There better be a spellbook in this room.
You're screwed.
And we made 5th level last time, correct?
We did, didn't we?
No,
What?
Did we?
we did not.
I
We
could've-
didn't, did we? We carried on and didn't have a long rest yet.
Yeah, Jim.
What are you going to attempt a long rest, as I said?
I think we should.
So
Under the
what are you going to do when you attempt your long rest? This long silent pause.
I'm not going to be much use.
So,
Other than
what are you guys
watching.
gonna do? I mean, are you gonna swim back to where you know it's safer? Are you gonna camp here? Go into one of these alcoves, rip off that patch, and drop it, and the 4 wizards go, "No! I could have used that to trap some asshole."
Do you guys have detect undead or something like that?
You.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Our paladin can sense them when he's in their presence.
I have protection from good and evil, and I have primeval awareness, so I can tell whether there are undead within a mile.
You do, don't
But
you?
I don't
Well,
know. But
spider sense
no,
reveal.
yeah, I know. I know the existence. I do not know the exact location or number. So I know if there's undead within a mile.
There is undead within a mile.
I don't think I need to use a spell slot to
He's
do that.
looking at you doing that Samuel Jackson speech in what Deep Blue Rising or Deep Blue, and he's like, "I'd like to say there's no undead, but I know there's undead within a mile," and there's just like undead walks out of the floor right behind him as you're all like doing one of these. I'd like to say
Is
There's a zombie in the water.
Yeah.
there is that. As you guys hear
I
the
don't
thrashing
think I need to use a
splashing.
spell slot to activate that ability.
yeah. You
Okay.
don't have an ability. Then.
So what are all you guys gonna do? I mean, this is up to you guys.
Yeah.
I think try to take the break. The rest here.
That's here. Yeah, I mean, like we can do the. Well, now that we have time, maybe like tie off a rope and do if we wanted to have a rope to help lead us back and
To
forth
give you
through
guys
the water.
advantage on your swim rolls, yada yada.
Probably want to look down the curve ahead just to see if anything's walking up before we start this rest.
Yeah, want me to go do that?
Okay.
I'll do a stealth.
Go
and
ahead
then
and
I'll do a
use
stealth, and then I'm enjoying the ominousness of that as well. But I'll let you play that as it is.
Give me a
I'm
stealth, so not the difficulty.
Oh, cool! Natural 20, so that's a 24.
Oh, natural 20. I won't even roll. You look down the corridor.
With a 18 perception.
Okay, your keen goblin eyes see that corridor goes about another 40 feet. I don't think you did lines past the fold mark.
No, stuck with the
And that's
And-
probably 10, 20.
That's like the edge of your dark vision.
No, we have 60.
Yeah, but it goes about 40 feet more than the mark
Oh,
there.
okay.
So you see it goes off, and just barely the edge of your dark vision, you see this female elf wraith figure that seems to just be in rehearsing a scene, it looks like almost. It's not quite dancing, but it's not quite fighting. And then she just kind of looks up at the ceiling and lets out another one of those horrible anguish screams. And she doesn't seem to notice you.
We still haven't had even a short rest, so I'm going to go ahead and just at least for now. I don't think targets know if I've 100 marked them.
Well, what's the spell say?
Let me see. It definitely doesn't say it on my short notes.
Because remember, you would then be casting a spell, which could be
Does that last
dangerous.
for a minute or an hour?
It's an hour. It's a concentration for an hour, and then if the target goes to 0 before the spell ends, I can use a bonus action. Oh, the thing is, like, it's not. I don't know. I'm not casting a spell. I'm like using my bonus action to re-target.
Mm-hmm.
See, target within. So yeah, choose a target in range for
Artist query.
I love the third level
Yeah,
version.
it
Keep it
looks
for
so
8 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks super
It
pathetic.
doesn't say one way or the other. If I mean, there's a verbal component.
I don't ever feed him, you know.
He's being starved right in front of us.
I see it.
Mocha.
It mystically
fucking
marks them until the
intense.
spell ends. You deal extra damage
Annoyed.
to whatever you hit with the weapon. You have advantage on perception
no,
wisdom
no.
rolls. You make to find it.
Yeah, it's only defined. Like I won't be able to get
Yeah.
information, but like just in case with it, like we still have probably I'm like probably at least a half hour, maybe 45 minutes worth on my hour
Mhm.
concentration.
Okay, so you transfer your mystical mark that she can't see, so she's marked. And she's
90
kind of,
foot. Okay, so make sure
Yeah.
make sure it wasn't a 30-foot range.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you mystically marked her, so that way you can kind of sense and make it easier to track her if she
Yeah.
walks through the wall and you want to find her later.
Yeah.
As you know,
Like.
and she seems to not notice you whatsoever.
I'm gonna scurry back here and kind of relay that. Yeah, she's down there still, and I threw a tracking device on her through my razor tracking device.
I'm magically tracking her. Tug, tug, tug.
He's got
So-
a polo on.
So what are you guys gonna do? He's basically telling you, hey guys, like less than 60 feet down there is a freaking rape. Another one.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I wish the cleric's going, what? If you can keep the first one without me, we can take it with me, no problem.
Well, since we took care of the first one, you take care of the second.
So what are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna go to sleep
Where are you gonna go to sleep?
against the wall in the corner.
Okay. So the bugbear's gonna like hunker down to the corner and try to take a long rest.
I'll take the last watch.
I'll take the first.
Okay. So go ahead and position yourselves how you're gonna be for your long rest.
Yeah, I'm back there.
In the corner. Yeah.
As you're
Everybody in the
occasionally,
corner. Okay.
all of a sudden you're there and you hear from the
How
hallway.
restful is this
You're
going
like,
to be?
oh great.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm used to sleeping with that. Goblins
go
scream
ahead and
when
give
they're being
me
tortured. It's
3
amazing.
disadvantage dex saves -3 for your zombie.
Poor thing.
So -1.
Negative one.
You could help it out, right?
-1. A 5. So you guys heard splashing and churning as it basically beat itself to death trying to climb those stairs. Dex ain't a zombie's bread and butter.
I'd be like, oh, I'll summon a new one later.
So you guys are you're being quiet, I'm assuming, right? So everybody give me a stealth roll. I need at least half of the group to get me 12 or better.
Ooh, cool. 22. Too bad I can't transfer my excess.
Damn it. 11.
17.
I have a negative.
What'd you get?
8. Well, at least half the group got it, right?
Nope. Only 2 out of 5.
Hold on, who?
17.
She got 11.
But no.
You did it, and you did it.
Well, she
17.
Oh!
I'm like blind.
Yeah.
I'm invisible.
She-
I saw you
confused.
9, and you didn't say 17.
I
I
did
heard her say
You're
17.
so short.
You were so
you.
sneaky.
Yeah, it's-
So-
That's how stealthy she was.
Thankfully,
So
the
stealthy.
goblins and the paladin basically like put a sack over the snoring bugbear, and as the priest is mumbling her divine spell thing to go to sleep, you guys managed to keep enough noise control that you guys managed to sleep through the. As you're like, thank God that water was there because you would have heard this shit like a long time ago and it would have ruined you going through the rest of this place. So you guys managed to pull off a long rest.
Wow.
Wow.
Mainly because the goblins putting socks in people's mouths and things.
I'll be in charge of the socks.
Oh, God.
Why do we have no socks?
And she's rolling up socks that don't match into her bag. You see
I don't want
nothing?
your dirty socks. I just want to use them to shut him up.
Do you have a highlighter?
I do not with you. What do you need highlight? I can give you dry erase, but these are pretty dark on paper. Oh.
something I was reading because you did tell me that we'd gone to 5, but.
So we are now with this rest. We are 5.
And as you awake from your long rest, you feel a powerful golden glow surround each of you as you wake up and quietly yawn. Ooh, because you start to yawn and she just shoves a sock in your mouth. As you magically feel that you have rested and you've leveled up to 5th level, which for quite a few of you is some very important level 5 things. So does everyone want to roll or take the static number for your hit point increase? Because it is 10 o'clock, so it's probably about time to wrap up. But we can. So it's your hit dice number. So for you, it's a D8.
Okay.
Our paladin is a D8 or D10. And it's plus your con modifier.
Yeah, I feel like I've got a good pad already, so I'll go ahead and
Usually
do the
take
dice.
the average.
You take the average? Okay.
I got a 10.
Let me tell you what the average one is, because it's on the plus side.
I'm gonna give it a shot. Roll one.
Well, you get one or the other. You don't get both.
I know.
So which
Give
one are you
it a
taking?
shot.
You going for
You
the
get-
roll?
7.
Still not bad. So for our cleric, who's going for the standard raise, it's going to be.
Half
After
plus
the-
1.
Should be
I think so.
Should
So
be 5.
it's 5 plus your con modifier for a cleric who's taking the safe path. Because when you're cleric of death, you take the safe path when chances on the line.
I got a 6.
Nice.
I got a 10.
Holy shit! The ranger's been living hard.
I've been living that average life. I decided to go big this time.
You're like, let's go big or go home. I'm gonna sleep right on the cobblestones to toughen up overnight. And all kinds of good stuff happen to your characters, don't forget. Level 5 is the big one.
Proficiency bonus goes up and extra attack.
Mm-hmm. And usually something really cool happens to you.
No, for me, it's extra attack is my cool.
That's.
So like for a cool ranger, yep, it's the extra attack, which having 2 attacks with a cool guy,
Oh yeah.
because I
It's
don't
not
think
that cool.
I don't think your
It's gonna go
planar
to
thing
his
gives
head.
you much. Our paladin gets an extra attack and 2 second level spells. And of course, you can now lay on hands, 10 plus your charisma modifier, something like that?
5 times level.
And then our cool cleric can now destroy undead as opposed to just turning undead. So she can actually, if it's a CR half or lower creature, she can just go piffle and it turns to ash instead of running away and coming back later. And you'll have to look up the grave domain because I don't have that book on me.
Actually, I don't think I get anything till 6th for that.
You should get access to 2 new spells though, because at 5th level is when they get 2 more spells for your domain. Yeah.
Plus 3rd level still.
Your
Yeah.
grave? Not.
And-
I thought she was
No,
deaf.
I'm deaf.
And you get
That's
2 3rd level spells.
Oh yeah, I do. Here we go. Animate dead and vampiric touch.
So you can heal back and you can do the whole death becomes me. And then our wizard.
I almost forgot to increase my attack skills.
Because yes, your proficiency bonus at 5th is +3, so pretty much everything goes up 1.
Yeah, I hit my skill check, skills and saving throws, but I forgot to increase.
Our rogue, her sneak attack goes up to 3d6 instead of 2d6.
Yeah.
And you gain uncanny dodge,
Ooh, that's
which is
really
really
nice.
nice. So starting at 5th level, when an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to have the damage against you.
Ooh.
So you can basically negate a crit
I
hit.
like it.
Yeah. But it does use your reaction. Sometimes it might be better to get that attack of opportunity if you can engineer it. And then our wizard gets 2 level 3 spells.
Mm-hmm.
Let me double check.
Actually, I get. Or would those be the 2 that you?
Well, you can use, you can use 2 per day.
So,
Because you'd
are
actually.
you gonna allow me to choose, or
I will let you choose that you've been figuring out the math to these.
these 2 spells?
Uh huh. So, for your knowledge, learning new spells at first level or higher. Each time you gain a level, you can add 2 spells of your choice to your book for free. Each of these spells must be above a level which you can cast. So you could do a level 2 spell and a level 1 spell. On your adventures, you might find other spells that you can add to your spell book.
So my question though is are you wanting me to limit to the scrolls that we found, or are you saying I can choose 2 from?
You could choose 2 that you figured out.
Maybe. And I'll also have 2 more, right?
Well, you have those 2 scrolls. Are you choosing to burn those to try to learn them?
Well, I could just scribe them into my book, right?
You could.
But it would waste the scroll.
It would burn the scrolls, yeah.
But since they're arcane, I don't think anybody else wanted them.
I want them.
Giggles wants them because you want them.
They seem valuable to you.
I want them, yeah.
So they should be mine.
Which rogue spec did you go? It was the second story, right? The thief?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that sounds right.
With the cost of running a priest, I'm thinking yes.
Yeah, that seems like me.
Right.
As you guys wake up and feel empowered, you all give each other the look of, my muscles feel tauter.
And his tithe is stretching in this weird movement. It almost looks like, and then the scream comes out, and you almost think that he passed gas.
And he opens his spell book to look at it this morning and goes, aha! I forgot the decimal points.
Right?
And the spell makes perfect sense now. Archaic Forum. That water stain actually completed the formula. You were so worried that all of a sudden you flipped your spell book and the water stain made the page translucent to the other spell on the other side and actually connected the recipe. You figured out the secret sauce.
I still think that I need to get a mink skin or something.
A waterproof bag?
Yeah.
Well, they do have the magic waterproof, the magic, basically it's a uncommon magic item. That's basically, it's a not destructible spellbook. So that way, if you have a GM who would derp you so easily like that, by like setting you on fire and there goes your book, or getting you wet and making you be paranoid about water in a place full of water and mud. I mean, I would only do that to you if you rolled really bad, like a 1 on something.
Well, situational.
All of a sudden, you come out of the water and realize your bag was open, and then the leather skin floats up.
Oh.
Why is the bugbear crying?
And then roll me a dice to see how many of your spells you still have.
On a 4-sider.
What do I consider?
Divided by 2.
You're terrible.
No, I'd be nice. I'd say, what's 3/4 of the number of spells you know? That's the size of dice we're going to let you roll.
I know 93.
Okay, then roll a 1d4. And that's a good place to wrap it up there.
Now I have Pass Without Trace and Misty Step.
Misty Step is a great
Yeah,
one.
Horizon Walker gets me Misty Step, and then Pass Without Trace is a nice.
Because the mere fact you can do it immediately, Misty Retreat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really waiting for 11 when I get the Horizon Walker Banff, I call it. every time I make an attack, I can teleport 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
If I attack 2 different targets, I can go and attack a 3rd target.
That's when you do the Drizzt Jordan crazy bullshit.
Yeah.
Where you're like...
That's where you need the bracers of haste. Go on your calves.
Well,
they're really the shin guards of haste.
Right.
And thank you for letting us use your house.
Absolutely.
And remember, if you have inspiration, write it down.
You didn't give any.
I didn't.
We should start playing up to our background so we can get them.
I keep brushing up against it by doing silly dog jokes.
You gotta remind him.
Well, see, if
it's
only wolf joke.
That's what I mean. I don't want to have the I'm going and gnawing on bones to be a way to get inspiration. That one doesn't feel as earned as it could have been.
That's one of the twin sisters. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, the magic effects of the Arcane Divine, I think is what this was called.
It's a cool set.
Yeah.
I think you've sold at least 2
Yeah,
people at
yeah.
the table to be buying it on payday.
Yeah. Like I said, it's 11 different spells, and you can also like they're kind of close enough at times for other things too.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. Like realizing, hey, like, oh, how can I have my like the Cobalt one, the Cobalt who took the wing feat. He wanted to be able to fly, and I realized, hey, here, put Tensor's floating disc underneath you. That's awesome.
Thank you for listening to the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And feel free to enjoy our other shows, such as D&D Journey of the 5th Edition and Scion Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion hero to Ragnarok story. Thank you for listening.
Hello, this is Eric.
And Wendy Strog with Stone Valley Hobby and Games.
We sell board games, card games, role-playing games, and supplies. We have thousands of Magic the Gathering cards available, carry Kickstarter products, and work with veteran-owned small businesses to bring you our own line of products.
We are a small business retailer, but we offer competitive prices, a loyalty system, and free shipping on orders over $100.
As a military veteran myself, I'm a strong supporter of our armed forces, their families, and contractors out there doing the hard job. So any order from an AA, AE, or EP address will be shipped absolutely free.
Remember, StoneValleyGames.com, where we take your leisure seriously.